Hello Libra, Libra rising and Libra moon people. This is your monthly astrological horoscope for February 2017. And quick reminder for you guys, remember this is talking about long-term aspects. This is talking about big seasonal shifts that are going on. Smaller aspects and things that may happen on more of a daily or weekly basis will be covered in weekly astrology horoscopes, which are combined with tarot. So the weekly horoscopes, the first half is astrology, the second half is tarot. So there's something in it for everyone if you do want to check that out. And of course, if you'd ever like to get a session with me, you can always go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. So, Libra, February. We've got a lot of game changers going on for everybody during this time. And a lot of it is going to start this month, but it certainly doesn't end this month. And that's the thing about astrology. Not everything lasts for just one day. And all this month, we've got at least two aspects that last for about 3 months, and one that lasts for a whopping 4. So what's going on? Well, at the start of the month, we've got Mars and Venus in Aries, in your 7th house of committed partnerships, your tight one-on-one relationship sector. And they're going to be there all throughout the month up until the first week of March. And when we have Mars and Venus at the same time in the partnership sector, we are getting the best of both worlds with this. We're talking about making things not only tighter, but things more affectionate. Venus is bringing more love, more peace, and attracting more people to you at this time, people who are interested in partnering up for whatever reasons, whether they're business relationships or romantic relationships. And Mars is talking about setting up relationships that are more well-rounded. It's not just about business, or it's not just about love and romance. It's not just about making money. It's not just about any one thing. Because when we have both of them together, we're trying to get two sides of the same coin on the same coin. And what I like about Venus and Mars together is it does actually create the strongest bonds and the most satisfying interactions and encounters. And you have opportunities for this all month, so I hope you enjoy it. We also have on the 6th, Jupiter turning retrograde in your sign from the 6th of this month going all the way up until June. And when we have Jupiter go retrograde, it's not a bad retrograde. It's not a challenging retrograde in the least. Jupiter retrograde simply changes where we're going to find our best luck and our fortune, so to speak. When Jupiter's direct, it's all about being expansive. It's all about moving out there. It's all about running all over the place. It's all about being able to discover things in new areas, right? Well, when Jupiter is retrograde, it's talking about finding hidden treasures and hidden gems in your own backyard. And you may be finding that opportunities for advancement in your spirituality, your education, or even your career are happening much closer to home over the next few months. We don't have to get up and, and uproot ourselves constantly. This can be a fairly grounding aspect for people who do normally like to live their lives, constantly in the air and on the move. But you will notice that this is actually going to be helping you plant roots if you feel like maybe that lifestyle isn't, you're kind of growing out of that lifestyle. With Jupiter retrograde as well, you can expect that maybe people around you are suddenly becoming a lot more honest and a lot more truthful, and at the same time a lot more helpful and supportive. With Jupiter retrograde, what we always see is, again, the hidden treasures and the hidden gems kind of coming out of nowhere. We may have been looking over them when they were right in front of us the whole time, hiding in plain sight. These could be new romantic opportunities as well. I mean, honestly, usually with Jupiter retrograde, it's sort of shining the light on things that, have been unseen or gone unnoticed that we need to pay more attention to because they're good for us. On the 7th of the month, we've got Mercury moving into Aquarius. And Aquarius is your 5th house of love and romance and creativity and your relationships with your children. And from the 7th to the 25th, we are opening up more channels of communications with people involved in this area. If you've been feeling like maybe your relationships with your children have been a little bit stifled, or maybe communications are not going so well, maybe we feel like we're having a hard time connecting to a child, or to, or maybe even to one of our parents, with you being the child, we actually have Mercury opening up that again and getting everyone to speak honestly and openly. We also have Mercury speeding up developments and making you more popular in pursuits of romance and creative fulfillment. If you need to be hurrying along in trying to perhaps get a creative project or maybe an art project off the ground, maybe you're trying to monetize a personal craft or a personal talent, Mercury is going to be giving you people in the know. If we're looking for love and romance, be prepared, Libra, to put yourself out there. Remember, we don't want to be dating somebody if they break into our house, if that's the only way a person can get to us. We want to be out there circulating, because with Mercury in the 5th house, you're going to be noticing more responsiveness from people that you ask out, that you talk to, and that you strike up conversations with between the 7th and the 25th. On the 10th, we've got a full moon, lunar eclipse occurring in Leo, in your 11th house of friendships and social networking. And the 11th house can bring challenges when it comes to a friendship with a lunar eclipse there, because there may be some big endings or big transitions that need to happen around this time. Usually with a lunar eclipse, it's sort of bringing a friendship to the test, and this could even be a whole group of friends. Maybe you've been feeling like it's time to move on from a certain community. Maybe it's time to do some social pruning. Maybe you feel like you no longer resonate with a social group that you've surrounded yourself with, and you want to take the best but leave the rest. A lot of that's going to be up for debate and up for discussion between February and May. It's a 3-month angle, I think, going on. But because this is also connecting very strongly and very well, might I add, to Saturn and to Uranus, this may be something that you do need to be focusing on. Sometimes we get put in positions, between with these eclipses where we have to choose between friends, or we have to, find out who and where are the healthy companions, the healthy support systems. Where are they at in our life? Where are they at in our friendship circle? And leave the rest behind, because sometimes we go to places for support, we go to certain communities for support, and we find out it's not helping. It's not edifying. And I think that a lot of the messages that begin with this eclipse in February are going to be giving you the signs of where you belong and where you don't belong anymore, and that transition will occur over the next few months. On the 18th, we do have the Sun moving into Pisces, into your 6th house of work, reputation, and your schedule. And we're talking about getting more out of these things, increasing your availability, but also increasing your productivity. And again, with the Sun in a financial house like this, I think that what's going to be happening is we're getting more out of a brand new work schedule. We're getting more out of a more productive schedule. And you may find out that your earnings are starting to increase because of it. Maybe changing our availability makes us more available to better clients and customers. Maybe it just puts us closer to people who are more influential at the workplace, people that we need to be able to talk to in order to advance ourselves. Be the right people paying the right attention, and the right people who are going to be putting the right word in for us. But also at the same time, maybe a change in schedule is exactly what the doctor ordered, because that might be the way to get a leg up at the office. On the 25th, we've got Mercury moving into this area, and this is going to be focusing more on the health aspect of the 6th house. And this is going to be bringing some big payoffs towards the end of this month and into March regarding any kind of health work or health routine that you have been trying to, take care of, whether it's working on, maybe more vain reasons, or maybe even more health, more long-term health-oriented concerns. If you're trying to maybe get rid of a bad habit, or maybe you're trying to, get a part of your health under control. Maybe it has to do with weight, maybe it has to do with blood pressure, maybe it has to do with, mobility. This is going to start showing those, those therapies, those exercises, and those regimens paying off. This is also a time very similar to the Virgos, where you're going to be noticing that any kind of new treatment that comes your way is going to have fast results during this time. And luckily we're doing it all the healthy way, not the extreme way. Finally, on the 26th of the month, we do have a solar eclipse, new moon, in this part of your chart. And it's speaking more to that reputation side of things, how people know you, how people recognize you. And for those of you that may have been feeling like maybe you're not getting a lot of attention where you need to, maybe it's at school, or again, maybe you're not getting a lot of recognition with your business or your work, or you feel like you've become obscured in recent weeks and months, this is sort of a big coming out. And I think that with the solar eclipse, this is also going to be creating sort of a big bang, sort of, a wildfire kind of moment, where, you, metaphorically speaking, could be going viral in a lot of ways, whether it's, with a promotion that you're doing for yourself, or you're just simply trying to get noticed by everyone and anyone. If you feel like you've kind of been ignored, if you feel like maybe your social life or maybe even your professional life has gotten a bit slow, gotten a bit quiet, from the end of this month going all the way up until May, we have promotions for you, maybe in a literal sense, but also in more of a figurative sense. For those of you looking for new work and looking for new jobs, the end of this month is going to be especially lucky, and I want you to keep your eyes open. So that is your forecast, Libra. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And of course, if you'd like to get a session, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com.